And both teams, of course, in first choice strips, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, so they should, yeah, exactly.
And we always say it. I know in a moment we're going to take a look at the officials that aren't in the arena, who may have more of an impact on, there we are, what's happening than anybody else. Let's hope not.
And we talked about Arsenal. You know, he had big decisions to make, and he's made them. And that's Cappy and Mosquera being selected in there. Lewis Skelly may or may not be a little of a surprise. And it was whether Izzy would get a game, get a start. He doesn't, and neither does Gyökeres. So he's made some big calls, the Arsenal manager. I would have to say that much before the game started. And we shall see if they work for them.
Well, that's it now. No more talking.
No.
90 minutes, plus 30 if required, plus penalties if we can't sort them out across 2 hours. Surely the conversation in there briefly was, here's our chance.
Let's do it.
To become legends. Missed it 20 years ago. Maybe not tonight. Against the holders, Paris, who are back for a second consecutive season. Let's join our commentary team. Don Goodman, and he is alongside Peter Drury.
And the very first to pit France against England, each the freshly anointed champion of their country. Paris Saint-Germain way and his goal side, and Saka's going to join him here. It is Kai Havertz, who has hit a screamer into the roof of the net. And the Champions League final explodes into Arsenal life.
Well, what an incredible moment, and it's that press that we spoke about. A clearance gets charged down, and Kai Havertz reacts, and in the blink of an eye you have your answer as to why he's been picked to start this Champions League final, this occasion of all occasions. But what we must find out is there any danger of offside? It doesn't quite look like it, but that big touch there, that sets him up. It gets him away from the defender. He realises that there isn't really an obvious square pass, but it's...
In these positions, he's away from Nkapie. He looked to flick it through for Kvaratskhelia, who was denied access to it by a sprawling Gabriel.
The scale of the task facing PSG.
Ruiz, yeah, was always prohibitive. And that applies actually by extension to 17 of the last 19, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a tall order, isn't it?
A fair way and finding Odegaard. Saka out by Safanov and swept away by Hakimi, and Safanov has stayed down and the referee has stopped the game.
Yeah, brave goalkeeping, really important goalkeeping, and he has taken a blow here. Starts.
Mosquera. He's seen Saka. And Saka took a nibble from Mendes. Free kick Arsenal.
Yeah, he's not having a good couple of minutes, Nuno Mendes. He's a brilliant player, but that is just a silly...
In Budapest, son. Flown in by Rice. Over and over by prone Gabriel. Ruiz, Mendes, Nuno Mendes beyond Mosquera, and nudged over by Fabian Ruiz.
Well, that was it there. 42 minutes on the clock. That's how long it's taken for Paris Saint-Germain just to create anything meaningful. It's Nuno Mendes bursting.
Marquinhos. Coutinho, Doué. Havertz, Mosquera, Saka let it roll. Kai Havertz is in again here, and Havertz went tumbling over after dispatching the shot. Marquinhos was cleaning the. Towards the near post. Mosquera's competing too. Havertz was in there. Behind by Pacho. And it is an Arsenal corner, if time is allowed.
Yeah. The conversation just out of picture with the referee, maybe about that Saka handball in the first half, but there have been no changes. We didn't expect any Arsenal changes, but at this stage, Stephen, no changes either from PSG.
No, I think Luis Enrique will just be asking for more variety, maybe change the speed, the tempo, ask more questions.
João Neves just found himself a bit of room, but then he couldn't pick out the right pass to Nuno Mendes. Doué looking to win it back. In went Saka. And he followed through there on Doué. I think they're just asking the question how high the challenge is. It's a yellow card. So one of them, Warren Zaire-Emery down there as well. Long way out this. Nuno Mendes, Achraf Hakimi over the ball. Hakimi hits it, just pitched in front of David Raya, which can sometimes make it awkward, but he held on to it well.
He certainly did, and he had to with Dembele moving in.
Scalia to Dembele, then back in. Oh, he's gone over, he's given the penalty. He's given the penalty. It's the first mistake all night from Mosquera. Just got the wrong side. The interesting aspect now is if he shows him a second yellow card for the foul as well.
Well,
I mean, that could be a double whammy here.
We'll discuss that if and when it happens. I'll tell you what I will say to you. It's a tremendous...
Saint-Germain fans looking on has been handed to Ousmane Dembele. What a big moment in the Champions League final. Dembele versus Raya. Brilliant penalty. Absolutely nothing Raya could do. The flares go off behind the goal. Arsenal's lead is gone, and the European champions are back in it. Paris Saint-Germain won, Arsenal won.
He was never in any doubt, was he? You could tell in the run-up, full of confidence, send the goalkeeper the wrong way. Absolutely no chance, the goalkeeper. You've got to have a great degree of sympathy for Arsenal at this moment in time, because they have defended exceptionally well for an hour. But you switch off for a split second, penalty's perfect.
Interesting, Timbers getting warmed up, so they've noticed that.
It's by Raya, straight to Hakimi. On it goes now to Dembele. Gabriel's come across, got his body in a really good position again, the Brazilian defender.
Do you know what? I've been really disappointed with Dembele.
I can't...
Coutinho's going to hit this one off the outside of his foot, and that was dipping at the end, caught the top of the net.
Yeah.
Arsenal might be in trouble. Kvaratskhelia on the move. Still going, Kvaratskhelia! And it deflects, and then hits the post and spins behind.
It's incredible. I mean, brilliant defending to get back across. Saliba's chased him, can't get anywhere near him, takes it away from the defender onto his left foot, so he's got a clear finish. Is it Lewis Skelly that comes across, gets a block, could go anywhere. This is a touch, that one there.
Dembele can get the delivery right this time from the corner. Marquinhos on the move in the middle, and it was glanced on there by Pacho.
He just took a little bit off it, didn't he?
He then gets in the way, and Barcola can have a run for the first time since coming on. He'll test Saliba, and he'll charge through, and Raya's not going to get there, is he? Oh, he is! Brilliant! I just thought for a split second how he mistimed it.
We all did. We all did. I think he takes 2 steps back, and that's the reason we do. But boy, did he do well.
Here he is. Hoisted back into the Arsenal box. It's another cross that didn't really do what it was intended to. And it's an Arsenal goal kick at the end of it all.
They just look comfortable. I don't want to tempt fate. Arsenal will cross.
Doué, great control from the Frenchman. wants to go at Gabriel. Hincapié there too. Here's the chance! Oh! What an opportunity for Vitinha. The moment the ball left his foot, I thought it was destined for the top corner.
Oh, so did I. Hincapié just gets caught 10 yards forward. There's the cramp you're talking about, Stephen. He just gets caught 10 yards forward, and that's the problem. There he is.
Declan Rice couldn't get there. Doué plays it on. Now then, Barcola, who's an absolute flying machine. It's Bradley Barcola for Paris Saint-Germain. Is this heartbreak for Arsenal? No, it's not.
His last touch takes him away from goal. Poses him the problem. Thank goodness for Arsenal. I couldn't believe it. They get caught. The possession of the ball, they lose it. Right backs up the pitch.
He's the last one you want running there, isn't he?
Absolutely.
And everybody on the field.
Against Saliba.
Well, he's right. He drags it with his right foot onto his weaker side.
2 hours, Saliba, Gabriel, Hincapié and Rice. Plus the goalkeeper. Declan Rice, who often looks like one of those players whose tank never empties. Eze for Madueke. Madueke towards Gyökeres and swept away behind by Pacho for a corner. Caught on it, and this is dangerous now for Arsenal. Ramos. Gyökeres bit back, he knows what's coming next.
Yeah. Gave the ball away.
Hakimi. Ramos. Ramos with the shot. Hakimi a fair way off target. Turn for Mendes. He's looking to rip away from Mendes, who lent on him, and the referee has told him to get up. That may be worthy of further inspection.
Yeah, felt like
Gyökeres nudges it on, but Martinelli can't bring it with him. Half-time, extra time, no addition, just one further talking point. The challenge on Victor Gyökeres, which will be decided from the penalty spot, as no Champions League final has been for 10 years since Real Madrid and linked in towards Barcola. Raya came a long way and to critical effect.
well, it's a huge touch. It's an absolutely huge touch. It's a great leap, isn't it?
And Rice flung it in, and Safanov got a glove on it.
I'm feeling Hincapié's pain. Oh,
Madueke would have got clear there. It has to be a booking for Mendes. That's the run at Mendes, and has support here. Noni Madueke. Oh! And you're in timber from out as far as Gabriel. Collected by Victor Gyökeres. Oh! Deflection, Arsenal corner.
he's asking for handball. I'm not sure how many of his...
Let's go back. Don Goodman, Peter Drury.
Goalkeeper must have a foot on or behind the line at the moment the ball is struck. 11 penalty shootouts in European Cup finals, starting with Bruce Grobbelaar's famous wobbly knees for Liverpool in Rome in 1984. Most recently, Juan Fran hit Jan Oblak's post. Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid 10 years ago in Milan.
Well, Gonzalo Ramos has got there very early. He has been waiting there with the ball for what feels like an age. I'm not sure how wise that is. We'll soon find out.
There's always a fellowship between goalkeepers. But right now that fellowship is paper thin. Raya from the thick end of 200 yards away imploring the Arsenal supporters to give what they can. Gonzalo Ramos thumps it in. That's sure enough.
Well, that might calm a few nerves. First penalty, always huge.
The world. Arsenal's big, bristling, bustling centre forward. The moment of his life. And Gyökeres scores.
Well, you don't have a penalty record like his if you want to panic, do you, really? And that...
To a mighty calm. Mighty calm. How good was that?
As good as it gets, really. To be fair.
Eze has dragged it. Nasty moment. Head in Arsenal hands.
Well, he seemed to pause for what...
Who are a step closer now to their defence. Mendes and Rosales! A thunderous response.
Wow.
To console Eze, who went before him. And now the burden is on his shoulders. Declan Rice levels it up. A player you just never doubt.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's hard and it's low. It's in a difficult place for a goalkeeper to get down. I'm not sure it's actually right in the corner.
Fit in time for this final, in time for this moment. And he's thumped it in.
That's two excellent penalties back to back.
Martinelli into the roof. There's no better penalty than that penalty.
Well, I think you're getting to the stage where, as a player, you've got to make a decision, and he decided he was...
At the point on the day where you dare not fail. Beraldo does not fail. And he heaps the pressure now on Arsenal.
Well, I don't want to be too critical of a goalkeeper, but when we see the replay, watch how early David...
Breakable. Has he the poise? Gabriel fires into the Budapest sky, and Paris Saint-Germain are champions again. The champions of France remain the champions of Europe, and Arsenal are downcast. There has to be a fall guy, and how that hurts. It is brutal, it is cruel, it is personal. It cuts to the very heart of a player who has excelled for Arsenal. And
the club as well, a very, very exclusive list of amazing head coaches in the game to win it more than twice.
Yes, he does. Only the very, very best have done that. His third Champions League win to match Messrs Paisley Zidane and Guardiola. Some of our audience may be too young to remember Bob Paisley, but Don and I are of an age to tell you that he was in a very different era, at a very different time when football wasn't quite the same, a genius in his own right. I don't think anyone on the planet old enough to be staying up to see this football match needs telling about Zidane or Guardiola. For the record, Carlo Ancelotti